Today we live in a media-dominated society. The media industry provides communication, education and entertainment. It informs and advertises and is becoming a source of much more. It is influenced by and influences many areas of our society and culture. Television is a large part of that. It's a media form we've learned to understand and trust. We've become accustomed to its format, options, variety and production to an extent. From its original black and white format, with one channel and post office management, to the introduction of many stations, with Channel and Sky TV, through to digital with personal control functions, and broadcast on mobile phones and the internet, it has become a truly versatile medium. But has it lost something over time? How do we know that the information we're being fed is true and objective? How do we know who to trust and what to discard? Is this even the nature of television? Or is it an expectation that the audience has placed upon the medium? The fact is that television is a stage that voices a number of different opinions and works to many objectives. Being produced by very different professionals in a number of ways, our idea of truth and falsehood in TV is an abstract one, based on an array of variables. We would agree that there is fact that is communicated by television. When you hear a news report telling details of an event that actually happened, it's true. When you watch a programme that tells you genuine facts about nature, they're true. And when you watch a live footage of a race in the Olympics, it's true. And we would agree that there is fiction which is portrayed by television. When you watch a screenplay, it's a fictional story being acted. We're aware that presenting is scripted and not the individual spontaneous talking, and movies are not real live footage of an event. The distinction between truth and falsehood in television, I believe, comes down to two main areas: the nature of the medium and the audience. Each casts an opinion on the definition of fake. In TV, ideas are put through the audio-visual medium and projected for us to reflect on, so it's never raw reality as if you're present at the event. Topics are discussed and debated. Film footage and animations are edited and narratives constructed. Television is fundamentally an object of communication. It appeals to us with blatant statements and encourages audience participation with competitions or phone-ins. It also sends out messages through undertones, in advertising and themes behind narratives. And it communicates subtly with imagery and sound, using background sounds and lighting for effect in film. This being the nature of the medium, it shows it communicates in a number of ways. It allows for objective and subjective output and interpretation. So if it's to be considered real, or not fake, it's because of the way it shares information, creating the intended effect on its reader, not being misleading and allowing them to comprehend what its origins are, but this also depends on the nature of the audience. There are rules in industry to make sure deliberate deception doesn't happen, put in place by regulators like Ofcom, so it's down to the people in production to keep to them. The audience is a range of TV-watching members of society. It covers all ages and races, tastes and backgrounds. The majority are aware of media processes and have this understanding of its nature. Rarely would anyone think that actors in a soap are their real characters. But there are things which feel fake to the audience. For example, the BBC production A Year with the Queen appeared to show her storming off from a formal photography sitting. This was a mistake made during editing, and so misrepresented the actual events, moreover in a negative way. More offensive to the audience are cases when their involvement and money has been discounted. For example, 2007's Comic Relief winner was a member of the production team, and the BBC received a £50,000 fine after using a visiting child to pose as the winner of a competition, after having technical faults with viewers' phone calls. So there is a difference between leading the audience to a false presumption and being purely deceptive. But it seems that the nature of the medium is to be open to interpretation in some respect, whilst keeping to the guidelines, thus allowing for some forms of fakery in production. The balance is to produce a text which is fitting to its style and which should be read and understood by most in the correct way, without being misleading or causing offence wrongly to those involved. Television is still changing and developing. I'm sure that having regulators and listening to public opinion will keep its fakery in check.